Hello everyone, very good evening. Welcome to GSS Core. This is Ajay Shah. So let us start the class of 10 MCQ. This is the first question for you. The first question is regarding Buoy robot. The first is it is an underwater exploration robot developed by NASA. This statement is correct. The second says it is a plant to use to explore moons of the solar system like Europa of Jupiter. This statement is also correct. The third says it is being tested at Kessel Research Station in Antarctica, which is controlled by USA. This statement is wrong because Kessel Research Center is being controlled by Australia and not by US. So 1 and 2 are correct. So A will be the correct answer. Now let us go for some validation. What is this? Buoy. So Buoy stands for Buoyant Rover for Under Ice Exploration, and it is a robot of NASA developed for underwater exploration in extraterrestrial icy waters. Now it is a wheeled vehicle designed to drive upside down on ice sheets. That's all. We'll move to the next question. Now this question is regarding Aditya L1. Fine. The first statement says the mission aimed to bring 1500 kg class Aditya L1 satellite into hello orbit around this Lagrangian point L1. So this statement is correct. The second says it is a flagship program of NASA. This statement is wrong because it is a flagship program of ISRO. So only one is the correct answer. So A is the correct answer here. Now some validation. So what is this Aditya L1? So ISRO is all set to launch the first solar mission, that is Aditya L1, and it will be India's first dedicated scientific mission to study sun. Now the mission aims to put 1500 kg heavy class Aditya L1 satellite in the hello orbit around Lagrangian point L1, a point between Sun and Earth. Now this point is at a distance of about 1.5 billion kilometers from Earth. Now the satellite will be programmed to orbit L1 point and image in Sun's magnetic field from the space for the very first time in the world. Now the scientists are very hopeful to capture close-ups of Sun from here uninterrupted by eclipses for years. Now what is the objective of the mission? The first objective is to study the dynamic nature of Sun's outermost layers, the corona and the chromosphere, and collect data about the coronal mass injection. It also aims to study the origin of solar storms and their path through the interplanetary space from the Sun to the Earth. And apart from that, it also aims to study the collection of information for space weather prediction. Now, just for a validation, what is this Lagrangian point? So, the Lagrangian point is a position in the space where combined gravitational forces of two large bodies like Earth and Sun or Earth and Moon equal the centrifugal force felt by the much smaller third body. Now, the interaction bit of these forces creates a point of equilibrium where a spacecraft may be parked to make the observation. That's all. Now come to question number 3. So the question number 3 says consider the following statement regarding Avangard missile system. Fine. So the first says it is Russia's new intercontinental subsonic missile system. This statement is wrong because it is not a subsonic, but it is a hypersonic missile system that can fly at 27 times the speed of the sound. The second says it is maneuvering capability. Its maneuvering capability makes it difficult to predict its trajectory and gives it the ability to protect itself from the air and ballistic missile defenses. This statement is correct. Fine. So only 2 is the correct answer. So B will be the correct answer. Now some validation about this Avangard missile system. So this will be the Russians military first Avangard hypersonic intercontinental ballistic mission, that is ICBM. Now the feat is highly significant and it is compared to 1957 Soviet launch of the first satellite. So this shows the significance of this mission. Now the missiles have a range of over 6,000 kilometers and it weighs approximately 2,000 kg and it can withstand the temperature of over 2000 degrees Celsius. Now its maneuvering capability makes it difficult to predict its trajectory and gives it the ability to protect itself from the air and the ballistic missile defenses by delivering nuclear warheads to targets, for instance, in Europe and even the US. So recall the Cold War. Fine. Let us go for the next question, question number 4. And we have to choose here incorrect statement. The question number 4 for the first says centralized access control system project aims to share information in a smart cities complex ecosystem and combine it with constant contextual data that is analyzed at a real time. This statement is wrong because CACS project aims to enhance security and ease of doing business at airports. The second says EBCS project aims to achieve a paperless office under e-governance initiative of Indian government. This statement is correct. The third says CACS and EBCS are the projects launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is wrong, and it's very easy to guess. It's not by Ministry of Housing, but it's by Ministry of Civil Aviation. So 1 and 3 are incorrect, and we have to choose the incorrect statement. So option number A is the correct answer. Now this question is self-explanatory. We'll move to the question number 5. Which of the following are the advantages of polycrack technology to waste to energy conversion? The first says it can be fed with all types of plastic. It looks little tricky, but this is correct. All types of plastic can be fed. The second is no need of pre-segregation of waste. This statement is also correct. The third says high moisture tolerance and no need to dry waste. This statement is also correct. The fourth says no effect on the air quality of surrounding areas. It looks strange, but this statement is also correct. All the statement 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. D is the correct answer. Now let us see. This is a very innovative technology of that is called polytrack technology. Now let us see what is this. Now pretty much all kind of waste generated at Bhubaneswar railway station will be converted into light diesel oil that can be used in the furnaces and gas and can be used to keep the waste to energy plant running. Now this will be done using a patented technology developed by Indian Railways Bhubaneswar located carriage repair workshop called Polycrack. Now it is the world's first such process. Polycrack converts multiple feedstock into hydrocarbon, liquid fuels, gas, carbon, and water. Now, this will be the third facility in India. The same technology is being used for waste to energy plants at New Delhi and Infosys Bangalore. And you must be knowing that Infosys Bangalore is known for such kind of innovation. Now, waste is processed within 24 hours. The working environment is dust free as the unit is enclosed and the air quality of the surrounding area is not hit. Also, although the area required for installing the plant is less when compared with the conventional method of processing, and all the constituents are converted into energy. That's all. Now, question number 6, with reference to the Indian Science Congress. The first is ISA is India's largest annual gathering and scientific luminaries from countries across the world. This statement is correct. The second said a Farmer Science Congress was organized as a part of ISA for the first time in 2020. This statement is also correct. The third says the theme for ISA 2020 was Future India Science and Technology. This is wrong because the theme was Science and Technology Rural Development. So only 1 and 2 are correct. So B, that is 1 and 2 will be the correct answer. Now let us go for some validation about Indian Science Congress. So Indian Science Congress is India's largest annual gathering of scientific luminaries from countries across the world. The 107th session of Indian National Congress was held in January at University of Agricultural Sciences, that is Bangalore, Karnataka, and the focus was Science and Technology Rural Development. Now, it is a major focal point for scientists, researchers, academicians interested in the various aspects of science discoveries and the technology. The 5-day-long event aims to bring together science fraternity across the world to discuss scientific innovation and research. Now, it covered themes ranging from farmers' innovation on integrated agriculture and entrepreneurship for doubling farmers' income, climate change, biodiversity, conservation, ecosystem services, and farmers' empowerment to agrarian distress, rural bio-entrepreneurship, and also the policy issues. That's all. So we'll move to the question number 7. Now question number 7 says, NASA recently discovered an Earth-sized planet orbiting a star in its Goldilocks zone. In this context, consider the following statement. The first is, Goldilocks zones refers to the habitable zone around a star where the temperature is just right for the liquid water to exist. This statement is correct. The second says, location of a planet in Goldilocks zone is a guarantee of the existence of life on the planet. You can just guess it by common sense. How come it can guarantee? It is wrong because it just shows the possibility and there is nothing like guarantee of life. So only one is the correct answer here, that is option number A. Now some validation. So NASA recently reported discovery of an Earth-sized planet and named it TOI 700D, orbiting its star in the habitable zone. Now TOI 700D measures 20% larger than the Earth. It orbits a star once in 37 days and receives an amount of energy that is equivalent to 86% of the energy that the sun provides. So you can see that it can be compared with the habitation of Earth. Now, what is this Goldilocks zones? So, Goldilocks zones basically refers to the habitable zone around a star where the temperature is just right. What is the meaning of just right? It means that it is neither too hot nor too cold for the liquid water to exist on a planet. Now, looking for the planets in this Goldilocks zone is a way that allows scientists to hone in their research for Earth-like planets that could maintain life. Fine. So basically, the assumption is that if it is possible there may be liquid water on the planet, then it's also possible that the planet might be habitable. That's all. Question number 8 is about Project Netra. Fine. The first statement says it's an early warning system to detect debris and other hazards to the Indian satellite. This statement is correct. The second says the project launched by ISRO will enhance India's capability in the space situational awareness. This statement is also correct. The third says the project will cover low Earth orbits. Only this statement is also correct. All the statement 1, 2 and 3 are correct. D is the correct answer. Now some validation about this Project Netra. So what is this Project Netra? So Project Netra stands for Network for Space Tracking and Analysis, and it is an early warning system in the space to detect debris and other hazards to Indian satellite launched by ISRO. Now they can, among others, spot, track and catalog objects as small as 10 centimeter up to a range of 3400 km and equal to the space orbit of around 2000 km. Now the project when in place will give India its own capability in space situational awareness like the other space powers, which is used to predict threats from the debris to Indian satellite. Now Netra effort would make India a part of the international efforts toward tracking, warning about the mitigating space debris. That's all. Now here there are naval exercises and we have to choose the correct country. So Simbex is of Singapore, India and Singapore. Then Varuna is with France. Then we have Nasim Al-Bahri, so it is very easy to guess, it is with Oman. And then at last Slinex is with Sri Lanka. So correct answer will be option number A. Fine. Now the last question of this class. The production of geranium has got boost under the aroma mission. In this regard, consider the following statement. The first says, geranium is a plant originally from South Africa that is used in the manufacturing of essential oils. This statement is correct. The second, the plant is only cultivated in the northeast regions of the India. This statement is wrong, because the plant is cultivated in Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and also Northeast region. The third says the aroma mission was launched by Indian Council of Agriculture Research. This statement is also wrong, because aroma mission has been launched by Council of Scientific Industrial Research and not by Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Fine. So only one is the correct answer here. So A will be the correct answer. That's all for today. So have a nice day and study well. Thank you very much.